Hey everybody, it's me, Willie the Monkey King. Sorry. um, so yeah, as the I wanted to hang out and do a live stream um while working on some stuff just so I can kind of kill two birds with one stone. Um and yeah, I mean that's it really. It's just and hopefully while I'm working on stuff, since I have to kind of go back and forth a lot, that that I don't think you'll be able to hear the sound. So I'll just play. I'll just so while I'm working on it, it shouldn't it shouldn't it shouldn't play the sound. It shouldn't play the sound while try to put out the while I try to put out all the put out all the parts. So what's so some news that it's kind of so I sent my so there was this show called on a local radio station, Live 105. It was like for alternative music. It was called Soundcheck, where the they would the DJ would put out music from especially Bay Area artists, but like put out independent music that isn't, try and kind of raise awareness for these like up and coming artists. Well, for like a year or so ago, Live 105 was canceled, but it got recently brought back, and so they're bringing back that show. And I submitted Double Down as like since I'm a Bay Area artist to hopefully kind of get on the radio for that. I know it's like people's like radio, who listens to radio, but I put it on there. I put on there for their consideration. I'm not sure how well it will go, but I noticed on my SoundCloud I got like a lot of listens to that song, after submitting it. So I'm I don't know. But that's a little bit of news. It's like it's not big news, but it's like, hey, it's a step up, It's like it's a step up to step up. And so, so it's a step up to step up to step. I'm losing my train. It's a step up from where I am now. There you go. That I'm such a I'm such a cunnilingus. I mean, such a cunning linguist. Um, yeah, no. Uh, so so there's that. I don't, it's what is really what's really what's really what I gotta say is really I don't know if the right word's not frustrating, but what's really like I don't know if it's I don't know if the right word is um I don't know if the right word is I don't know what the right annoying. Yeah, annoying. Yeah. No, no, it's what what's really frustrating about myself, and I don't mean to sound like an asshole or sound pretentious or anything like that, is that um I got so many there's so many different things I aim at creatively where it's just really hard to focus on one thing, and it's like you realize you should focus on like on one thing because you know you're supposed to, but I just find it really frustrating and hard to just try it because like if you know, like I got another channel, Willie the Monkey King, where that's like animated stuff and everything, and like there's writing, there's motion graphics and motion designer stuff, and it's kind of, yeah, I'm rambling now, which is really which is really lame. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of doing it just it's like I'm losing. I'm kind of I'm kind of like trying to my best to do. It's weird. It's like I'm good at multitasking usually, but not but like I'm good at dipping my hand into it. Yeah, yeah, here. So yeah, dipping my hand into too many cookie jars. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And it's kind of frustrating because you feel like you're growing where you would be normally if you were just focused on one thing and growing incrementally, you'd be growing a lot faster incrementally than trying to do like two or three different things, and you're growing incrementally in like two or three different things, and it's just kind of like, okay, how do you know, it's like it's the progress is a lot slower, and so it's a lot more disheartening. I you know what I'm wondering is like how do YouTubers like Ethan Van Sciver can go and freaking like draw and do all their stuff while talking at the same time? Because I'm having a tough time trying to do the time the audio right to have the to to have the I'm like I'm trying my best like timing the audio so that I can I'm trying my best to like time the audio with the time the audio with like doing the lyrics, and and yet at the same time um yeah at the same time trying to trying to talk with you guys and give and entertain you guys at the same time. Dang, that's a really good thing of advice, you know, that takes practice and takes time. um you know it's so you know I'm just gonna stop the working part of this, but um what really kind of got me started into music was in fifth grade. I think it was no fourth grade. Um, we had this guest teacher come in, and it was like every week for like about a couple of months. We'd go see this guy, and we would work on basically writing our own song. And the guy was a professional songwriter, and we did this song called "Get Out of Town." And it was like as an entire class we wrote the song together and we all sang it together, and it kind of sparked a little interest in music, in like making music, and like I played the violin at that time, and so like I tried composing like with my violin, like a song with my violin and practice it and stuff. And it was very crude, but it really it really just kind of like sparked this level of creativity. And kind of fast forward to uh, eighth grade. I was generally in school very 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 like I was known, but I wasn't necessarily liked. And the and so and I auditioned to sing at Winter Dance. And what was really cool about it was like when I finally did my song, everybody kept coming being like, "Dude, we loved it, you have a really good voice," and all this other stuff. And so that kind of really helped spark my musical journey, because it was something where I was like, it was like socially acceptable to be liked and to do that, and to do this. And like people would stop me and ask me to sing something. And like that happened even in high school a few times too, where like people would stop and ask me to sing like a song. And so I'd be like, "Hey," it's like they'd be like, "Hey, can you sing a song?" And there was like a few really cute girls who would be like, "Hey Willie, can you go and like, hey Willie, can you go sing the song?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And like they'd all like gush and get kind of they'd all gush like momentarily and be kind of like, oh, like just in like awe. And it kind of really cemented like, do this music thing. This is something you should do. It's like you get people freaking, you get even like women, like even girls liking your stuff. And it's like, dude, you should totally do that. And so that's what kind of started. And like generally my best instrument I can play is my voice. Like I can play a little bit of piano, like to kind of like I have to play chords and to like play little bits of notes, like, but I'm not the greatest piano player. Like I'm like about meh at piano playing. But and like but like I'd use it to compose, and like I'd write music and stuff. And I'd even like back in yeah, I mean sort of, yeah. um but like I would and I would also like during that time, like boy band stuff like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys was really popular. And like because I grew up listening to a lot of Motown, a lot of like soulful rock kind of stuff, I was really that like those harmonies and stuff really appealed to me. And so like I'd transpose, like I'd buy like the music playbook, the music with like the sheet music book of the album, and like I transpose harmonies and stuff like that. Like and like try to like make harmonies, like make harmony, like make harmonies and transpose it in my sheet music book to where there would be the notes. And like me and my friends would sing it. And yeah, so I mean there's a lot of like that's why, like, I'll be honest, if asked, I'd say I was more of a composer than a musician, because it's like most of where my skill lies is not, say, playing the guitar or playing the bass or playing piano. It's more of just composing, writing music, and and doing it like that. Like if I for some reason, like, I'd be probably equally happy if I just got a job just writing music, not necessarily performing, but like writing music. I'd probably be as about as happy, because it's something like, aside from writing, which is another thing I'm good at, um, it's something that I can. It's something that I can do. It's something that I can do pretty well. is something I can do pretty well. Um, yeah, just trying to, dude. I mean, I'm kind of like I'm trying to do it this way because I know it's easier to do to kind of do it this way, but like I'm trying my best to just try to do to try and I'm trying to just write the lyrics, just trying to like write the lyrics in the like I wonder how freaking in on YouTube those people who do those lyric videos. I wonder if they just copy and paste it, but because it's like I was like trying to like just type it out. Now I'm just like copying and pasting it from like my GarageBand file because I'm kind of like all right, I'm kind of getting over just trying to like write it out and everything. But no, what I wonder is with um what I'm trying to do is put um yeah, no, going into this, I agree with you, Caitlin. Is like, yeah, it is, you know, like that, like what you said earlier. Everyone should follow their dreams, and that what makes life great is doing what you love that brings joy. Is with me, there's a lot of different things that there's a lot of different dreams and a lot of things that can bring me joy. So it's kind of that's kind of where the that's kind of the rub because I can write and probably enjoy doing what I love since I'd be entertaining people through writing, and I'm good at writing and you know doing motion graphics and stuff like that. I mean, I enjoy animating and I enjoy entertaining through animating. But yeah, um, but um, but yeah, so like right now, like what I'm doing, and I think I need to put I don't know. Hmm. Oops, wrong file, wrong window. Yeah. So the oh man, this is getting me anal retentive, but it's like you could see the it's like you can see it's kind of like it's not all that even. It's getting on my nerves, trying to make it all even. Maybe, but it's getting on my nerves. Um, oh, whoops, let me hide that. But no, but so um, part of the thing, part of, but yeah, it is a lot of with what happened with, yeah, CD for the win. Part of what makes I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna stop this for now because this is getting on my nerves, and it's like I have a feeling that it's like that like trying to work on it and do it like trying to work on it and do this live stream, it's just not gonna happen. So I'll just rather talk with you guys and be and try and uh you know just communicate with you guys and just tell you a story, just tell you my story. Um, because it's my show. I can get away with it. I can get away with telling you my story. But yeah, it's like so. I did a lot of composing and stuff, and I did some recording after I got out of high school. I was like really into music. I got some instruments and I was like composing and I was trying to play like bass and trying to play like acoustic guitar. And I even did some like vocal recording for a lot of DJ friends I knew. And one of the things that the hardest thing was like I at this time, because this is like early 2000s, like I'd say like maybe 2003, 2004, and it's like boy bands and stuff are on the way out, and like trying to, it was like you didn't want to, and like I didn't like the whole Justin Timberlake being like a wannabe Michael Jackson. I didn't like, and it was kind of hard. Like you wanted to gain respect. Like I wanted to gain respect as a musician, and but I didn't have like a band, or I didn't have like that kind of stuff to do it. And so I foolishly kind of just rejected a DJ friend's advice on just recording, on just like performing and with a recording and just like singing with the recording. And so like I kind of cut the legs out a lot of like a potential career from that kind of hubris, I guess, or ignorance. And yeah, so and another and but I still kept composing, and I even bought like myself like this nice tape. This was tape, mind you, like 4-track recorder. This was around when Pro Tools was starting. But so like most of the recording stuff was like manual analog recording, and so like I bought this nice 4-track recorder, and I was like recording songs and stuff like that, and I was still composing, like still going hard. I think this is 2003. This is 2003. Um, this is like no. This was 2003, 2004 time, because I turned 21 in 04. And like a lot of the times with my DJ friends, it was like they were playing in bars, and they were performing in bars, they were performing in parties and stuff, and I like was legally I was legally allowed to drink. Um, but yeah, and so like I was building up like a career, trying to like do recordings and stuff, and trying to, and still composing and stuff, and still, and like I would manually annotate my music notes and stuff like that. And there's still a few songs out there that I recorded. That, let me see if I can find one. Yeah, here's one. I'm a put on, but like you can kind of, like here's one. Here's one song that I composed. I'm gonna put it on camera in just a sec. Oh, duh, here's the button. So yeah, this one right here is called Lover's Effigy. I know. I and like I was, and like I still like I don't think I recorded it because I was having a tough time. But yeah, but like you can see, like, and I annotated this song myself through hand. Um, put in the lyrics and stuff. I should go on oh, and here's another song. Here's another song that I was trying to like write the notes for, but write it out rhythmically. But like I should try and record. I should try and record some of these songs on GarageBand and see, and try kind of like tweak kind of tweak them. But anyway, so I was doing that, and then whoops, another one of these things. And then I kind of hung up my spurs in 06 because of like I had a, I'm not trying to brag, but I had a breakdown, and I kind of, in trying to rebuild myself, was like, well, instead of trying to be a musician, why be a musician trying to, why be a musician to try and kind of please other people, like kind of make other people happy. I should try and be happy myself, which is something I still kind of battle. But that's what happened. That's what happened musically. And that's why I'm like, I'll be honest, that's why I'm like a 40, like I'm like almost 40 years old, and I'm kind of trying to break into the music industry again. Uh because I'm stupid. Um but yeah, but this song, Double Down, which there's a video on the channel. It's a like live stream of me showing playing a preview version of it. I finally got it mixed. It's on SoundCloud. In the description below is the link for it on SoundCloud. It's available for download, and you can also stream it. Um, the like I'm still making other songs. Just like I'm fine tuning. I'm fine tuning the audio for another song that I recorded called Sinnerman on my Instagram. I kind of posted a bit like a little preview of it. I should probably have my Instagram on the. I should probably have a link to my Instagram on the description. Probably should. But yeah. Ooh, there's another. Here's. I noticed this, like, this fell out. This fell out. Where's the camera? This little like tune I kind of made fell out of yeah, gotta plug those, gotta plug those socials, yeah. um this one this one fell out of while I was working on, is like a little ragtime, like that's a type of jazz where it's like it's like you got your like one note on the bass note, you go like boom bum 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 bum, and on the one part of it you play your bass note, and on the second part of it you play the a chord. So it's like, and it's like B, it's like in the key of B minor, it looks like. So it goes like B minor, D major, E minor seventh, F minor, like of course, like a lot of musicians, like I got really into jazz as well as soul, like as well as like listening to a lot of soul, and like trying to, like, one of the one of the things, my like, if I was able to kind of craft a persona for music, would be is to like, is take alternative rock, and you take soul, and you push them together. And so where you kind of like, you have like the soulful sounds, soulful bass, and like them like soulful drums, and maybe like you putting guitars and stuff, for I don't know, or like putting like I'd love to fuse like indie, like alternative rock with soul, and just kind of like just put that together to where you can have that rock sound with some soul and make it sexy. Um yeah, some, I don't know, got like, let me see. Got two viewers here. Shouldn't be, but I don't know if in the chat, if you got any questions or if you want anything, you got any questions or you got any comments or something like that, dude, feel free to drop them in. Make it all about you guys. Actually, you know what, dude? Let me do this real quick. So I'll try to I'll try install, but Instagram is the one, because I got like two things to Instagram, and I think Willie the Monkey King is the I think Willie the Monkey King is the one that has the music. Let me hit the home button. Yeah. Willie the Monkey King on Instagram. That's my other that's my Instagram where I post music on there. Like I'll post little clips of songs I'm working on there. I'll fix it in the I'll add it to the description later. But so this is gonna take me like I think I think I can get this done like in a day or so. You know, what do you guys? I think I get this in a day, like done in a day or so. Getting I can get it done in a day or so and post it on YouTube so you guys can enjoy it. Let me ask the chat, like, do you think I should add, like, because right now it's just a black background and kind of like bland type. It's like, should I? How long does it take usually to complete? Ooh, here's a good question that I should kind of, instead of pontificating about, ask. Okay, how long is it? All right, so it takes me to do. It varies on the type of project. So it can take me somewhere. It can take me somewhere. Like I'll be working off and on. Like I'll be working off and on in project, but it can take me like about 2 hours to get like a pretty good like drums, bass, you know, guitar and stuff. And recording, I found like for the two songs, for like Double Down and for the other one, that one takes like about, I want to say maybe 3 hours. And that's because I do a lot of like no, I don't like this take, do this, you know, do this take over. Mixing takes like, trying to do mixing, it's like it's taking a long time just because I'm trying to like make it sound like sound like it belongs on the radio. But my process is of twofold. Sometimes like I'll just goof around and I'll get inspired by like a chord progression. Like there's a really good YouTube channel I like listening to named David Bennett Piano. And I mentioned him before on other videos, other live streams, and like I get inspired by his like chord progression. Like he'll talk about chord progressions that are popular in different songs, and I'll get inspired by those, and I'll try a song out with that chord progression, and I'll kind of build a song off of that. Other times, usually like in the past, I'd get like a melody in my head, and I'd try my best to be like, how do you play that? like how do you like how's that go? And I play with it on my piano to try and kind of get the tune down. And like there's one song which I'm trying to put in. I was like yesterday I was working on making that tune in GarageBand. It was like I did it on guitar, and I was like, bow, 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 and I was like just like goofing off on the guitar, and I made that melody. So it's like it's a lot of it. What makes it kind of the my process in short, and what and like what is just play. It's a sense of play, and that's what makes it fun as well. Like that's what I find entertaining about, because like I'll just come up with melody, and I have this sense of curiosity about how like how to replicate it, and then I'll create it. Normally I create now I normally create the melody first, and then I come up with the lyrics. And the lyrics, that like coming up with lyrics, that takes fuck that kind of varies, because I'll that that one it varies. It's like Double Down. Um it took me altogether like probably like a week, like a solid week, to come up with the lyrics, or maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, because it was kind of like I had that tune, and I try to kind of think of I try to think of words. And like the hard part is when you sing about emotions and stuff like that, you gotta be you gotta really like be in that zone, in that emotional zone. Like I heard like a little bit of a documentary from Amy Winehouse when she was writing this song Back to Black, and she's like, you gotta know how like the smell of like the person's neck was, or the the exact emotional feeling you were feeling, the those emotions you were feeling at that time when when you're writing a song. And that's very true of anybody. Well, if like any songwriter worth their salt, it's like that's you got to try and like just dig into your emotions. When I was writing Double Down, I was kind of feeling this certain feeling, and like the lyrics, it came pretty quick. um it's like it came the lyrics kind of came quick in batches. high high octane songwriting, yeah, exactly. It's in reality is, and it has to be, because because the job of any songwriter is not only to entertain, but it's to also help speak to people who can't be able to articulate their emotions. You're as a songwriter, as you're supposed to help give a voice to people who can't quite articulate what they're feeling, but they're feeling something strong, whether it be a breakup, or whether it be love, you know, or it's like that's the job of a songwriter, is to be able to articulate it. And so you have to put your feelings into the song, in order so that people can be touched by those lyrics. So yeah, totally high octane songwriting. Um, but it's like I'll be honest, is it's taking me longer writing music now, because I'm a bit out of touch with it. Kind of going back to the story, it's like what got me back into music was COVID, and I was like, at that time during COVID, I was out of a job. I lost my job kind of during COVID, and I was looking for another job, and so uh, a lot of the anxiety, like I'd kind of like I'd kind of cope with the anxiety of not having a job, and like I would I would try to, like, I would like play around on my GarageBand software. So I got a Mac, and it helped me like kind of de-stress, and I'd kind of get better and better and better because I would be doing it just about every day. That said, and that's what kind of got me back into it. But I'm starting now to get kind of back into the singing part. I'm not as confident with my singing skills as I used to be, but that's kind of how I'm getting back into it. And that's how I got kind of back into music production. And yeah. I want to read this quote because I like this one. I was like, I understand that sometimes while listening to certain songs, it reminds me of certain memories that bring up certain emotions, sometimes so much that I cry listening to the song. And that right there, Caitlin, is why is what the job of a songwriter is to, and why it's something that not it's I'm not trying to sound elitist, but it's not something that anyone can do, because you have to um, aside from being a good writer you got to be good at um, being in touch with those feelings, so you can best articulate those feelings, even in like, because I did a song back in like that was recorded. I think I gave away the recording to a friend of mine back in college. But I did a song where it was about basically going and like sleeping around. And even though it is like even though that song was not a was I was just telling tales and it's not a description of my life, I still had to bring in emotion into it. Like I brought in like is like the fantasy of it. And like so is because it's like you had to sell the song, you had to sell that, basically you had to sell that that you were getting laid that much. you know you had to, so yeah, so it's like that love, like that, like as you said before, that high octane songwriting, that does go along with it. um um So let me read this coming in. So it seems like it would be hard to channel those emotions. Sometimes it can be hard or even scary to face certain emotions or memories. And absolutely, that is correct. Actually, I'm gonna leave it up here. So it is hard. There is actually an acting, like method acting, for example. The whole reason it was created was so that people who don't normally dive into the well of emotions that people have and experiences that people have can get in touch with those emotions and feelings. Um, Unfortunately, it kind of gets overblown where you have like the parody of a method actor is Robert Downey Jr.'s character in Tropic Thunder, where he just goes overboard and like basically like um, goes into surgery to get blackface. Um, is that it's and you're right, and there's a reason why you have artists, like really great artists and songwriters, like for example Amy Winehouse, who they're able to tell these really great stories with their songs, but they have really fucked up social lives. Or you have, like, for example, i'd I'd argue a great songwriter is Taylor, like that's nowadays, that's contemporary, is Taylor Swift. And you get these really, you get these really like earworm songs, and you get these like really deep insights into people, into herself, and yet her social life, her personal life is, kind of shitty. I don't think it's as like shitty as, say, like where she's dealing with addiction and shit. I don't think so. But she does, like, she's admitted in songs that she has mental health problems like depression. So I mean, it's, yeah, you can, it's a flip. Way I always view these things is that there's a flip side to it. There's like, while you you're able to have this deep insight of your emotions, and you're able to channel your pain, your pleasure, um your 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 or even like other people, or even like or even like other people, like other people's views into other, views into society itself. The flip side is that you have this great deal of pain, like for example mental illness or addiction, and like all these great all this great anguish. And it's not necessarily a thing to be, it's one of those things where it's like, it's it's not something you should strive for. It's something that just should be like, it's understood. It's like, well, these great artists have great pain, and that's, um and going back to the previous, is that, it's it is hard to channel those emotions, especially like, even especially if you do it so often, because you have to kind of basically remember, like if you're writing a sad song, you have to remember the pain of that sad song over and over again, to write it, to perform it in, like, in concert and stuff, so that it, it carries. And so it's like, even if you're experienced in it, it's still kind of painful, because you have to keep diving into that well. Um, but like, I just heard I heard recently on the radio. I was listening to like the hip, like rap pop radio station this past week, and there was this song where it was like, I forget what it's, I forget what it's called, but it's like the song's like the lyrics of the chorus was like, I just slit my wrist, that's a bad idea. And it was like talking about the rest of the song was like about how she went over to her ex's house, and like had an altercation with his ex's new girlfriend, and how it didn't end up all that well. And you look at it, and it's like, it's probably just them telling a tale, but it's kind of like, there's a pain to it that you just kind of is like, you just kind of feel. And and it just kind of goes into like that thing of writing songs. It's just channeling that emotion to tell a story. um i think folks, I think I'm gonna cut it short. I know it's like, it's not that long of a, like compared to others, that's not this is not that long of a live stream. But I should get on to, making this video. Actually, you know what? Before we go, I want to ask the audience, all two of you out there, who I'm very grateful for you both for being out here. Um, uh, is Should I add like a back, because like some lyric videos they have like a generic sunset or generic beach or something like that image in the background along with the lyrics that they put up. And I was just wondering is whether or not you guys think I should put like a background image up there to try and make it a little bit more visually appealing. Kind of curious on whether I should have a background or not, or just leave it black. Well, okay, so having a background so okay, have a background. Okay, that's cool. And then I can kind of do it in Photoshop, like do all like images in Photoshop and make them. I can do the images in Photoshop to so I can kind of change the font into something more interesting. Change the words into a typeface that's a little bit more interesting. I mean, like the characters, the font. Change the font on it. Maybe something that has to do with the music. I don't know. That's a toughie. That's a toughie to try and try to like try to find a image that has to do with the music. That's like like I don't even know where to start. But I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. Maybe I don't know. I know someone who has like Adobe stock. I can probably ask them for some ideas on how to do stock, on how to like on some stock images, and maybe ask them if they can maybe ask them. But I had a great time. I had a great time talking with you, chat. Especially want to give a shout out to Caitlin Mackay for commenting a lot because it really made this. It really made the show. It really made the show. So thank you. Um, thank I did. So this was great, and I hope you got and thank you guys for your time. I don't know how many YouTubers I don't know how many YouTubers would thank their audience for their time, but um, it really I really do appreciate it. You really made the show, um, and I hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna bugger off. Bye.